Hey there, welcome back to yet another PlayStation 2 demo disc. This is demo disc 77, lucky number 7. Uh, I know again, it's been a while. I keep doing this. It was 11 days since the last demo disc, and it was another 11 days before that. So I have no idea why this keeps happening. It obviously doesn't take me long. I don't know. I just not in the right, space for it, I guess. Now, before we start, uh, there is something I want to say real quick. And no, I always say stuff like it's like in a way that's like you anticipate something worse, but no, that's not the case at all. Essentially, there might not be a stream with me and Table tomorrow. If you anyone out there actually follows us, basically because it is hot in Canada right now. It is scorching, fucking hot. Including especially in southern Canada, it's getting up to 35 degrees, which I mean, I guess if you live in Texas and whatever, Mexico, those places, it's like that sounds like nothing, but man, it's for us Canadians, it is fucking brutal. So yeah, fortunately for me, I'm in a basement that's pretty well cooled, being surrounded obviously by dirt and heat, not being able to travel as much down here. So thankfully, temperatures are pretty normal. I mean, maybe it's a little bit warmer than usual, but temperatures are pretty normal. They're definitely way better than being up there, like I gotta tell you. So it is hell. Even my floor is feels a little cool to the touch. So yeah, for me, it the place is this is acceptable for Table. Yeah, in his apartment or whatever, his apartment is fucking he's cooking. So yeah, and he has to leave the door open, which yeah, yeah. So yeah, and I could tell you, like having to do anything while sweating sucks, but streaming while sweating is gross. So anyway, enough of that. Let's get back. Let's get back. Let's start. Let's get back with the PlayStation 2 demo discs because we need to play. We need to play more demo discs so that I can hold up. You guys can't see anything. Oh my god. I don't know why it keeps doing that. Also, the disc just works? Oh, no, never mind. See, it works. It works until I... Oh, interesting. But the problem is, I can't... I have to click on it. Yeah, the problem is I have to click on it if I want to pause... If I want to pause a video and say something, I have to click on it, so... Yeah, not good. Okay. Yeah, sorry about this, guys. Again, this thing, I don't know why this started being all finicky. Maybe if I recapture my screen or something, it'll start working, but I am doing it. Anyway, no, intro or anything this time. That's strange. So, literally just inside. And, of course, the menu has changed again. So, once again, let's check this out. Hopefully it'll be better than the last couple where we literally ran through a couple of the discs. So, I guess we'll start from bottom to top. Extras. Game before the game.
By now you've probably heard of the streak. We're not talking Joe DiMaggio or Cal Ripken Jr. or even the 72 Miami Dolphins. No, this is way bigger. Well, maybe. It all has to do with the game before the game. It features one representative from each...
You know, I just thought to myself, hang on, did I copy that from Scott the Woz? Because I love Game Day 98, brother, as a joke. He loves Madden 08 as a joke. And then I remembered, no, because I'm so ancient that oh, hang on, I just realized oh, no, it's right. I'm so ancient that my PlayStation 1 demo discs actually came out before Scott the Woz, so oh boy.
Super Bowl team facing off against the other in a virtual version of the game on 989 Sports NFL Game Day, just days before the actual game. This contest is one of the marquee events of this.
Also, should I explain the joke or should I leave? Fuck it, I'll explain it. But yeah, in the first PlayStation 1 demo disc, there was Game Day 98, and I made it a big fucking deal. Ooh, yeah! Game Day 98, brother! That kind of thing.
Sports and video game bonanza during Super Bowl week. In 1996, Charles Haley of the NFC's Dallas Cowboys defeated Carnell Lake of the AFC's Pittsburgh Steelers in the inaugural game before the game, starting a streak that is still alive today.
We want to welcome you all here to the 8th annual Game Before the Game.
The winner of this matchup has won the Super Bowl, 7 out of 7, which is incredible.
When Tampa Bay's Keenan McCardell defeated Oakland's Charlie Garner in last year's game, the team of the winner of
No, it's
this matchup has gone on to win the Super Bowl an incredible 8 times in a row.
Congratulations to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Now, some may say the streak's a coincidence, but others would counter that it's the realistic gameplay that comes from the attention to detail and data collection and motion capture that goes into the game's development. NFL Game Day from 989 Sports has provided a dynamic platform for the gamer representatives of the AFC and NFC champions that is carried over onto the PlayStation 2. And make no mistake about it, these players take the game seriously.
Come on, G! And it's a touchdown!
In the stats-crazy world of the Super Bowl, the game before the game is as good an indicator of the eventual winner as there is. Be on the lookout for this year's matchup, airing live January 31st in Walmart outlets. To find out
You know, I was about to say I didn't have anything too, like, funny to say or anything, you know. Oh, what the fuck did... What? Okay, never mind. I didn't have that pulled all the way down. I was gonna say, oh, I got nothing to say. It's people loving football. I get it. It's you know, behind the scenes making a football game. I get it. And then it showed me Walmart, and you immediately lost me. Well, not really, but Walmart outlets. That is the most what? Not even what the fuck. Just what moment I think I've ever seen. So Walmart.
the streak continues, and you just might have the inside scoop on the winner of Super Bowl 38.
I gotta go to Walmart and be like, hey, is Game Day 2004 here? And they'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
For more information, go to GameBeforeTheGame.com.
Of course, I gotta check it out. Of course I gotta check it out. Another one bites the dust. Anyway, I'm gonna say the obvious thing that we're all thinking here. We all just lost the game. Fuck. Damn it. What? What the? No, I'm streaming. What? What? Hang on, sorry. One second here. What? 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 Why is my stream offline? No, I'm here. What the? Wait. Okay, someone just told me that the link they clicked on did not work for some reason. Yeah, sorry for the long pause. Obviously, if you're watching this afterwards, you can just skip ahead. Yeah, no, someone just told me that the link that I gave was not working. Why? That is so weird. That is the link. That's the link YouTube gave me. Yeah, if I go to live streaming and hit share and then copy the link. No, we are live on YouTube. That's weird. It also tells me in this thing it has no data. That's weird. Okay, this should be working. I mean, yeah, no, I look like I'm live. Interesting. Okay, yeah, sorry about that. We'll continue. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, I know, cuz the link I was giving out was not working. And I really don't want to go back to all the different Discords and stuff to send out a new link, but that'll have to be something I fix next time, because I don't know why YouTube is like, here's the stream thing, there's the link. Lifelike technical. Yes! The AI sex bots are upon us! Make mesmerizing nebulas in the comfort of your own home. Okay. Oh. Oh, hey. Hey, Kate. What we're seeing right now is a tech demo where we're able to essentially mess around with a nebula. I know, I lied about the furry inflation tech demo, but hey, this is still pretty cool, right? at that. I can change its color. Ah. I can change the shape. How strong it is. I have no idea what the deal with the hand. What's the deal with the hand in the corner? How fast or slow it's going? How big it is, I guess. And I'm also going to turn this down because the audio is almost on the same level as mine. That's just the hand. Okay. Yeah, one thing, I say this over and over again, but yeah, sorry if there's poor audio. I'm always adjusting this because the audio mixing is all over the place. See, now it's starting to look like Aurora Borealis. Aurora Borealis. I'm not even gonna go there. Let's leave. Oh, what? There's the same thing. Oh my god, you can change the effects on the main menu. Okay, next we're gonna check out inside the game for Final Fantasy. Oh my god, we're already at Final Fantasy 11? Really? We were just at like 10. Right in the confines of your kitchen. Right in no, in the no. Localized entirely in your PlayStation 2. Yes. Anyway, yeah, no, Final Fantasy has been here and there. We played the demo for 10 and 10-2, and oh wait, no, this is the MMO, right? Yeah, this is the MMO. I'm stupid. Yeah, the MMO was a big fucking deal, like super big. Oh, for those who don't know, yeah, Final Fantasy, the music is so loud. Yeah, again, like I say, the audio mixing is just so, like, all over the place with these demo discs.
Long ago, an evil lord terrorized the world of Vana'diel until the four...
Oh, anyway, as I was trying to explain, yes, before Final Fantasy 14, Final Fantasy 11 on the PlayStation 2 was an MMO. And if you haven't caught up to how this works, you had to buy a 40 gigabyte hard drive, which I know doesn't sound like shit today, but remember, this was 2004, 2005. And this hard drive would cost you a pretty penny. We're talking like $200. So yeah, that's a fuckload of money to buy an accessory to play a game. But you know what? This game was still a huge success because people who spent money on that accessory. Oh, and if you wonder why you needed a 40 gigabyte hard drive, it's because how much data was being processed, and also with stuff like updates. Yeah, you needed that space. Also, a hard drive was much faster than the flash memory of the memory cards. You know, so yeah, a lot of fucking money to play this game, but people thought it was worth it because they knew, it's an MMO. You're gonna spend like years of your life playing this day in and day out, which is what a lot of people did. So yeah, so despite all that, Final Fantasy 11 was a huge success.
nations came together to defeat him.
Anyway,
Now, in the year 863, rumors of a resurrection are afoot. This time it will take the strength of an online video gaming community to defeat him in Final Fantasy 11.
大規模すぎてですね、多分プレイしてる人も Final Fantasy XI has a huge storyline that is quite sophisticated. Although everybody is playing through the overall game for themselves, we created Final Fantasy XI so that people could journey with other people and experience the world together, and they become part of the story itself.
The way that we accomplished our dream to bring the world of Final Fantasy into an online game is that we put in a system of missions and quests in which the story is told through. You get to hear about the story in parts, and then you gradually get to view parts of the whole story that makes up the background of Final Fantasy XI.
When you start the game, you can choose between 3 countries, the Kingdom of Sandoria, the Republic of Bastuk, and the Federation of Windhurst. Each country
You chose the Federation of Winters. Don't even talk to me.
presents you with a different perspective of the world. So you learn about
I'm
the
just fucking kidding. I haven't played this game.
story from your town's perspective until
But anyway, again, how is audio? How is audio for me in the game?
eventually everyone ends up in Juneau, the 4th country, and you get the full breadth of the storyline there.
Heroes come in many shapes and sizes, and you must decide what type of hero you want to be.
When you actually enter Final Fantasy XI, the first thing you do is create your avatar or a representation of yourself in this world. So you can select from different races. There's Hume, Elven, Taru, Mithra, and Galka.
Well, the first race that you can choose from is the
What? How am I that quiet? I'm peaking. My software says I'm peaking right now. I grab a BRB, I grab a slice of the za. All right. Well, I don't know what's up with that. It seems did this whole thing mess up my Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, I'm back. Welcome back. Am I really that quiet? Your microphone is Oh, I think that's just because I refreshed the mic. Okay, let's keep watching.
Elvan. The Elvan are tall and are actually very strong, and they are more of the warrior or fighter type of people. Then we have the Hume. This is the most common race in the world of Vana'diel. If you ask what their features are, they look like us. They are good at everything, but don't excel at anything.
Oh, yeah,
So they are just
that is what I look like with my golden hair, and I look like an absolute
balanced and
I look like an absolute Giga Chad.
equal in all areas. And next we have the Galka, who are also found in the Republic of Bastuk. They are extremely strong, and they live up to 200 years old.
With the Taru, we decided to create a race that was small and cute. Some people mistake them for children, but they are adults. But don't underestimate them, because they can be powerful wizards.
Yeah, you were really that quiet. Really? Interesting. Okay, how do I totally look like an Aryan prince. Don't look into it. Okay, I literally have the stream software set to the absolute max. Here when you're pausing. What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna go BRB. Okay, how do I sound now? I don't know why I sound so quiet. Testing. Oh, hey. Wait a minute. That sounds better. But your capture is loud. Interesting. Okay, really sorry about that. I have myself turned all the way up, and I have my capture turned way, way down. Now, but so this should balance it out. I don't know why my mic did sound quiet, but then I realized I had my headphones turned down. I don't know. I swear this was not a thing before. Oh, I wonder if it's because I have.
In the Federation of Windhurst, we have the Mithra. At first, everyone thinks that there are only females because that's all you can choose to play. There are actually male Mithra that exist in the world, but they are very few and far between. They look sort of like cats. A lot of Japanese players actually expect that there will be male Mithra made available eventually. Whether or not that's true, it's not known, but that's what the Japanese public is looking forward to.
Everyone just wants to play as a cat femboy.
But peace no longer is the norm in Vanadil. The Kingdom of Sandoria, the Republic of Bastuk, and the Federation of Windhurst all vie for control of the outlying lands, affecting all of its surroundings.
Well, first of all, you might ask why there are 3 countries or 3 kingdoms in this world. Having 3 countries allows you to have each country with its own set of values. And that set of values changes the perspective of how they view the world.
Anyway, I'm assuming now that everyone's blown out their ears from fucking around with the volume. I'm assuming now I sound not too quiet.
The 3 major countries are fighting over who possesses the land. And the conquest is basically that the countries can fight over the land and see who can gain the most resources. And that affects the gameplay too. The country that you choose to start out in could be winning or losing the conquest, and that will affect how the country appears and what type of items they are selling. We made the conquest system so that people can work together in order to interact, get those extra items or extra things for their country to make it easier for each other.
Whether you fight for your country or fight for yourself, enemies abound. You must learn to defend yourself and your friends.
This time, the battle system is different from previous offline games because in those offline games, you fight by yourself, and you go through the story and you see an ending by yourself. Well, this time, you are fighting or participating in battles with other people from all around the world, so the battle system had to reflect this.
There's just 20 Imagine just an army of players all going after the final boss. That'd be fucking hilarious.
We wanted to create it so that you can chat with people while you're fighting. So we made it once you...
The final boss is like, I will destroy this imperfect world and make it my own. And then it's just, and then some guy shouts, "Help me punch him!"
Choose to fight. It begins an auto-fighting sequence so that you can chat with your friends while you are battling. But it's not that simple. All the battle abilities and magic that you can use have to be timed. And if you join forces together and cooperate with players to time your attacks together, you can perform special chain attacks. So if you can time them right, it does a lot of extra damage than if you were just fighting by yourself.
One cannot succeed in this world alone. You must seek out help from others and form powerful alliances.
In Japanese, we use the word kizuna, that basically translates to be connections or bonds between people. And that is the basis of Final Fantasy XI.
Okay, I'm sorry. Since I'm such a weeb, I know the word kizuna because I watched this fucking isekai that no joke, was about the Power Rangers. How the Red Ranger got fucking isekai'd. I'm not kidding.
In the Final Fantasy Online experience, up to 6 people can form a party and travel together. And when you collect people and form a party, you tend to gather people who will play different roles to have a balance. You allocate the roles in order to battle in a more effective manner. But then to defeat large-scale bosses or to complete large-scale missions, you can form an alliance of up to 3 parties, so you can have up to 18 people fighting together.
But if an alliance is to be successful, you must be a valued member of the team. So choose your role wisely.
Initially, you can choose from 6 jobs. You can start off with warriors, monks, white, black, and red mages, and thieves.
In the Final Fantasy XI world, there's a thing called a Mog House, which is like your private sanctuary that allows you to change your job at will. There's no limit to when and how you can change jobs. So originally you can start off by switching any of the 6 jobs freely. Then, when you get to level 18, there are special quests that you can do to gain support jobs.
In most online games, if you're just a warrior, you're the same warrior as everyone else, but you just have a higher level that makes you different from other people. So in Final Fantasy XI, we decided to add a support job. It allows you to be a warrior that can also cast magic, or a warrior that can easily find rare items, or a warrior who can summon beasts from another...
Did the volume of his mic just go up? Or a warrior that could cast rare items. My mic's peaking so badly. I'm not the only one who heard the volume go up over his
If I
mic,
give away
right?
too much, please ignore me. But when you get to level 30, you will discover that there are extra jobs that are made available. And these are sort of hidden in the game, and that you can do special quests to achieve the right to be able to take on those jobs. So look out for them in the game.
The vast online world of Final Fantasy XI is the beginning of an RPG gaming revolution. There is much more to this story. New devices and surprises must be revealed. In due time, the rest will be told.
God, I love it when the rest of the thing and why do they always blind you with a white screen? I swear. Anyway, that's Final Fantasy XI. Moving on to this, we actually did play the demo for the first Fatal Frame, and if you don't know what Fatal Frame is, it's essentially a horror. It's essentially a supernatural horror game where you actually use a camera to take pictures of ghosts to essentially defeat them. Yeah, no joke. And I wasn't sure entirely about it, like if I would like it, but as soon as I started playing the demo for the first game, I was like, I get it. I immediately get it, so... Anyway, so this is Fatal Frame 2. Ironically, because they gotta wake you up after those. Sorry, Kate. I'm surprised. A 30-second delay or something with what I'm saying, and yeah. Anyway, surprisingly, they're remaking this game again. Yeah, this is Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly, the original. Wait, didn't they remake this game? Did this game get remade twice? I need to know. Hold up. Or was it a different Fatal Frame game? Oh, it's out. Fatal Frame 2 Remake is out. It's been out for a few months. I didn't do that. But no, there is another Fatal Frame game that got a remake. Am I stupid? I swear there was another. I'm stupid. Only Fatal Frames I know is Warframes. Okay. Since you don't know this game, check out Fatal Frame 2. But yes, there's a remake of this game. Why they didn't remake the first one, I don't know. Go ask your dad.
An ancient Japanese garden. The undead lurking behind every corner.
Oh yeah, in the first game they actually went to. I'm sorry to pause on that bright frame, but they actually went to like a haunted like place and played the first one or something. I don't
A night that would change these people's lives forever. With their blood soon to turn white, their hair about to go gray. This group of journalists have arrived at a mysterious Japanese tea garden for a nighttime scavenger hunt to celebrate the launch of Tecmo's highly anticipated horror game, Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly.
Yeah, they did something like that for the first game.
Do you see dead people?
Oh, yes I do.
Lots of dead people?
Yes.
So do Mayu and Mayo, the young female stars of Crimson Butterfly. With only a highly powerful sixth sense to guide them, and a special device called the Camera Obscura, the girls are able to fight and capture ghosts by photographing them.
It's basically the story of two young twin sisters who find themselves trapped in a lost village that has disappeared from all maps because of a tragedy that occurred during a ritual many years ago. And it's the story of these two girls as they're trying to escape alive from this village.
The ancient forest setting filled with ghosts, spooks, and a horde of frightened journalists was the perfect setting to introduce a real-life Ghostbuster. Meet Northern California's own Professor Paranormal. Before the hunt began, the professor enthralled the crowd with a few magic tricks and ghost stories.
Some of those experiences involved spiritual forces. And to this day, the owner is still trying to figure out whether or not the stories about a crimson butterfly are true.
With the extrasensory power of his mystical Ouija board, Professor Paranormal paired people up for the evening's main event, the scavenger hunt. The teams were then equipped with the very same devices Fatal Frame 2 players use in the game.
I know, right? Anyway, Kate, do you want to get paired up into a scavenger hunt and go scavenger hunting in this spooky fucking woods?
Flashlights and a camera. Just like the sisters Mayu and Mayu from Fatal Frame 2 Crimson Butterfly, teams of two were sent on a quest through an eerie setting and encountered a cache of things that do a lot more than just go bump in the night. The original Fatal Frame created a wonderful mythology for itself.
I'd pick the
This
bear.
installment, the game's designers looked for a story rooted in the past to push the game into the future.
Speaking from a chronological time frame, the second game actually takes place 30 years before the first, and we have basically the two twins from a modern.
Oh, I wonder if maybe that's why they chose to remake the second game before the first, just timeline-wise. Still, if they don't remake the first one at some point, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
Time period find themselves lost in this village in the past, and there will be some connections with the first game. People will recognize some of these characters. Also, there will be background in the game that will kind of tie it in with the first game.
By emphasizing situation and presentation, and working atmosphere and mood in concert with the player's own imagination, Fatal Frame 2's designers have tapped into one of the most surefire ways to instill fear in the player.
I think the reason that we were successful in creating atmosphere and terror is by creating horror that appeals to the imagination. For instance, we took the character models and the enemy models and things that were made in the computer, and instead of just putting them into the game as they were, you know, all nice and neat.
Oh yeah, did you hear what Hideo Kojima wants to do for his like next game? He actually wants to try and get like authentic ghost like things in the game. Like he actually wants to somehow hire a ghost. No joke.
Added noise and filters on top of it to make it hard to see, so that people would wonder, you know, what's there, you know, what's coming after me. And then we also recognize sound is a very important part of this game.
Having spent the majority of his time lately recreating the dark and shadowy world of those no longer among the living, Kikuchi explained what truly frightens him.
Personally, I think that the scariest thing for me is probably being alone. That includes, of course, death, but it also includes, you know, being by yourself and not having anyone else around you. And I think that's something that's scary for everyone.
Hey, that's what scares him, but that's most of my streams.
Awash with fright and exhilaration after combing the woods and encountering a few ghouls along the way, attendees were in the perfect mood to give Fatal Frame 2 a try. But only in the safety of their rooms. As dawn arose and sunlight shattered an evening filled with fun and excitement, the following morning prizes were awarded to the winners, as well as those who advanced the farthest in the game. With their wits about them and raves all around, this group of trick-or-treaters gave the game and the weekend overwhelmingly good reviews.
Everybody in the room screamed out loud, and we're all grown men.
I don't think you could make better atmosphere in any game. It was totally scary.
Just a cool little way to get the whole Fatal Frame experience.
I just hope for Fatal Frame 3 they went on another trip to some horror place in Japan. But yes, that is essentially the essence of Fatal Frame. Pretty spooky, huh? Okay, next we got what? This is someone's gamer tag: DDR Max 2 and Karaoke Revolution. By hey, look at that! I talked about Konami, and there he is.
Are you ready? Let's step. There was a period when gaming was going through a time of change, a time of upheaval, a time of
you ever wonder? You ever notice it's always the fat nerds that are the best at these fucking games?
Revolution. Make that a Konami revolution. This Japanese video game publisher foresaw a turn in the tide of how gamers would play.
You spelled it right the first time, Kate.
The first signs of this sea change in gaming came from the music genre, namely Dance Dance Revolution and Karaoke Revolution.
The environment was changing. Gamers' tastes were changing. They were getting tired of a lot of the same old games. They wanted something new. At the time, dance music and music in general was very popular among the teen market. Dance Dance Revolution was kind of the catalyst, blending video games with this growing popularity of music, engaging people in a whole new way, bringing not only visual interactivity but also physical interactivity.
So it gets kids up off the couch and actually dancing. Karaoke Revolution is an extension of the Dance Dance Revolution.
I tried DDR once. I absolutely fucking sucked at it.
Series, and that it innovates using a different type of input than the typical controllers. Dance Dance Revolution was something that in Japan started in the arcades, came to the United States as an arcade game, and we brought the Dance Dance Revolution series to the PlayStation console.
This opened up a whole new level because people can now do it from the comfort of their own home. And now we're 5 releases later.
I am so
we're
embarrassed.
now,
Yeah.
just releasing DDR Max 2 Dance Dance Revolution for PlayStation 2. To play Dance Dance Revolution, it's really easy. All you need is a PlayStation or a PlayStation 2 and this special dance pad peripheral. Hooks in just like any other standard controller. The way that the dance steps are programmed are based on the timing of the music. When the scrolling arrows cross those permanent arrows at the very top, that's your cue as the player to step on the corresponding arrow on the dance pad. But it's really that simple. No one would have ever thought that sending arrows up on a screen would be something that people would enjoy, but it's the actual physical interactivity which makes this game so unique and has created all of this, kind of frenzy and phenomenon.
In the evolution of this revolution, there came a time when it needed to expand from the ground up, from the toe tap to the headset.
We decided to take the Revolution brand one step further. If anyone's going to do a karaoke game, it would be Konami, just because we had such a dominance in the music gaming genre.
And we've extended that brand by coming out with a new game called Karaoke Revolution.
I'm pretty sure Guitar Hero 3 is not out yet, so they got some time. Yep, Guitar Hero 3 would not be out till 2007, so they had a few years to do this, and then that was it.
Similar to Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh, hang on, my capture got all fucked up.
Where you're dancing.
There we go.
In this game, you're actually using a microphone and you're singing.
This USB headset microphone, which is something
I've seen that crowd meter before. I've seen that rock meter before.
And through proprietary software that Konami and Harmonix have created, the game detects how closely you hit the notes for particular lyrics and how in rhythm you are to those lyrics.
We chop up the songs into phrases, and we rate each phrase. So if you sing a phrase very well, you'll get a rating, and based on your rating, you're assigned a score, and also the crowd will react. You know, the game is all about having fun. So if you're not a great singer, you can get in, kind of dial the difficulty down to easy, really have a great time. If you want a challenge and you're a great singer, you can ramp up the difficulty yourself.
And when it comes to what songs you want to sing along with, you get a lot of choices.
Karaoke Revolution comes with 35 hit songs.
You ever play Rock Band and you think you're singing the song very good, and then it turns out you're off by a pitch, and then you have to go to this awkward like, bee, you know?
Anybody will recognize.
We tried to touch a lot of different music genres, everything from pop, rock, dance, new hits to, hits of the 80s, the 70s, classics.
Hit me with your best
so you
shot.
Can sing, a brand new hit by someone like Michelle Branch or Avril Lavigne. There's really something in there for everybody.
Getting all these songs into the game took a lot of work, but it pays off when the original artists have a go at Karaoke Revolution.
We had to actually record cover versions of the songs for various reasons. But I've heard that OPM has been a little sneaky and brought in some of the artists to actually try out the game with the original singers, which I think is great.
It's always a little strange when you hear someone impersonating you, but I'm excited to see how well I'm going to do against the Jim Blossom's vocalist impersonator. I'm going to try and kick his butt.
Tomorrow we drive around this town and let the cops chase us around. The past is going, something might be found to take its place.
I would laugh if it told him he was singing it wrong. I would laugh so fucking hard. Again, just to be clear, I don't sound too loud, right? Like at least compared to the capture. I just want to be clear, because again, whenever I see my mic go up into red, it's like, oh fuck, I'm peaking. See, that's kind of face I make when I'm nervous and I don't know if my mic's peaking or not. Dipshit, stop annoying your parents.
Slightly different than what I remember doing.
Nah.
Well, I'm really excited that Hey
Okay.
Jealousy is on Karaoke Revolution.
You're
It's
not
like being
peeking.
on one
Okay,
of those
okay.
greatest hits records of the 90s or something like that. And it just secures the song's place in pop culture history.
Yeah, you sing
In the
until you
ever-changing
start
world of
singing a
pop
girl's song, and then your dad comes in with the belt.
culture, it's important to learn from history. But if you've got a revolution going on, you need to focus on the future. And you better believe the folks at Konami have an eye on the next step in gaming experiences, featuring specialized peripherals like the dance pad and the USB headset for PlayStation 2.
The music game genre is a really kind of relatively new genre, and I think we've only begun to tap into the types of things you can do with music and games.
You're going to see more things like Karaoke Revolution coming out where it's taking typical experiences that people are used to and applying that into an interactive gaming experience.
Both of these games are definitely, I think, a sign of something to come in the future where we rely more on specialized controllers that enhance the gaming experience. In the future, people might look back to games like Dance Dance Revolution and Karaoke Revolution as pioneers of a new style of gaming.
The good news for all gamer types is that the Konami Revolution will most definitely be televised.
Okay. All right. Did either of you... Oh, it said harmonics. Okay, that makes sense. But either of you like the... Oh, god damn it. Look, I have nothing against SOCOM 2. We have seen so much SOCOM 2. And... Hey, I gotta go. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's okay. It's a cool cake. Nice to have you around. Anyway, we've seen so much SOCOM 2. I'm not gonna skip it, but I'm gonna vent for a second. Like, okay, let's just fucking watch it. Fuck. Oh, is this just a trailer? Oh, never mind.
There are so many things that go into making a great video game, such as the storyline, gameplay, or graphic environments. But all of that is useless unless the game sells off the store shelf. You may not be able to judge a book by its cover, but you better get a good idea of what a game's about when you look at the package front.
We want to be able to get the shot that excites the gamer, excites the consumer, and shows them something that they've never seen before.
I think people just don't understand the amount of effort that goes into it. This is a package that sits on a shelf with thousands and thousands of other games. And how do we attract the buyer, the consumer, to this particular package? That's the challenge.
And to meet the challenge, it takes a lot of coordination and cooperation, especially with a game like SOCOM 2 that prides itself on being authentic down to the last detail. To get the most realistic gaming experience, the developers, designers, and producers have been consulting every step of the way with the Office of Naval Special Warfare and SWIC, the boat warriors who support special operations missions. So when it came time to create the game cover for SOCOM 2, an enormous effort would be required by the PlayStation team to retain that realism while creating a dramatic and dynamic look.
There are so many opportunities here to show the game itself. We're going to try to carry it from a still image and translate that into a final product to touch the consumer.
It's a tall order that needs to be filled in a well-planned photo shoot involving a lot of people and even more equipment.
In order to make this happen, we need to have a clearance from the Navy, not only for our team that will be down there to make sure we get the shots we need, but the photographer and his crew. We need the Navy SEALs and their team. We need the Naval Public Affairs Office. Bringing all that together, it's a little complicated.
The PlayStation Underground tagged along to provide a glimpse behind the curtain of the process and procedure of creating the photo materials for an incredible game.
You know, we can talk to the Navy and say, would you guys do this? On a mission, would this be done? What kind of things would be done here?
We wanted to make sure that this didn't look like a Hollywood setup. Everything that we do here is true to how the SEALs would actually move, how they would walk, cover each other, anything and everything. For this particular package front, we are aiming to put the SEALs in the water and have them coming out of the water. So this is the final sketch that we have. This is what we're going to be trying to match as close as possible.
We're looking to capture water coming off these SEALs' faces, the urban settings, the elements, the dirt, the grime.
as a photographer, the biggest challenge is to photograph men of power. And these guys are super men of power, and I have to get emotion out of them.
But the Navy SEALs have their own idea of what the shoot is about.
I think one of the things we're really trying to concentrate on bringing here to the shoot is accuracy. You know, we've seen thousands of movies where we look at a picture and think, my God, what are they doing? That's ridiculous.
It gives America somewhat of an insight to what we do every day.
When working with Navy SEALs and SWCC personnel, the photographer must take what is given and know that that will be more than enough.
Usually when we work in the advertising world, we're faking everything. You know, we have an actor, we have a model, we have props, we have wardrobe. You come here, they have everything. They have the proper face paint, they have the proper weapons. I don't have to worry about authenticity. I just kind of had to place the people and let them go through a scenario, and they gave me more than I could ever direct them into. I got Navy SEALs, I got guns, I got boats. You know, what more can you ask for?
When you get the real thing, people know it. And kids are a lot smarter today. They're not snowed over with the fake stuff. That people really get excited when they know that actual SEALs are on the package front.
This photo shoot has been geared towards maintaining authenticity of the Navy SEAL and SWCC experience, but state-of-the-art production...
I should be clear, by the way, I have nothing but respect for the Navy SEALs and, of course, the people who are making this game and trying to replicate it as much as you can. I am just a bit tired from how many times we've experienced the same sort of, oh, look how real it is sort of thing, you know? So, yeah, no offense to these guys, just me consuming this over and over again.
Techniques will be incorporated to deliver the final product.
So many elements that go into this package front. One photo is actually a composite of about 20. You have the guys, you have the water dripping, you have the city element. On top of all that, you have to drop a logo on the front, as large as it can possibly be. We're going to have to do a little bit of magic and digitally incorporate the different elements. What we're trying to do more than anything else is enhance it a little bit without losing the life of the original image.
But not so much that the original reason for using still photos is forgotten.
The reason we do this with photography and not, say, a 3D render or an illustration, there's no life there. And that's what this game has got. This game has got a lot of life. What's going to guide us on what images are going to be used when it's all said and done? Honestly, part of it is just a gut reaction. You look at the image and you say, wow, that's cool. When it's all done and you see it on the shelf, it is complete. The logos are where they need to be, the guys are where they need to be, all the colors are dead on, and everybody is signed off on it, and it now lives and breathes on the shelf. That's probably one of the most exciting parts of the job.
You know, I just saw a post that said SOCOM 2 would never pass and made me very impatient. Also, it was a bit more than that. Again, not for me. When I play this game, I originally had SOCOM Fireteam on PSP because it was unplayable. After 4 hours, I put it back down again. Sometimes it was very much a game from before the time of being a third-person tactic. Here's before anyone had any idea to make. A long story short, trying to raw aim with an analog stick on a PS2 is an awful experience. Crosshair will just swing around the screen on you. There's a built-in auto aim that can toggle off. The ad companions are sometimes so strong that they can play an entire mission by sending into clear air where they just insta-kill the enemies without taking any damage. And this is on the highest difficulty. So again, SOCOM 2 was probably super revolutionary for its time. Just now it hasn't, I guess, just hasn't aged the best. Yeah, Metacritic, 87 out of 100. Alright. Alright, Siphon Filter. We are back with Siphon Filter after, well, I keep forgetting that this game did escape the PlayStation 1 and get on PS2. What is Siphon Filter about? I honestly have no idea. Also, it says Gabe. Gabe.
Legendary Gabe Logan needs your help to track down rebel troops that have formed terrorist cells around the world. Time is of the essence because somewhere, right now, the deadly siphon filter virus is being mutated into an even more lethal form, the Omega strain.
The agency is trying to track down where the Omega strain is coming from.
Omega strain is a deadly virus that's been manufactured and now being sold throughout the world in the black market, and you guys must put a stop to it.
I will deal with him if I can find him.
We get information where there has been either viral outbreaks or, you know, we hear of an arms deal going down.
Hotspots are popping up everywhere, so be prepared. You're going to be visiting many places throughout the world. Don't think of this as a vacation.
Move it! They're coming from everywhere! Give us some cover here!
Before you go globetrotting, you better understand that not all is what it seems at the agency, and the chain of command has a few weak links.
One more thing. He was part of an agency that was a pretty legitimate agency as far as he knew. He learned that his bosses were the ones who were trying to control the siphon filter virus for their own uses.
Gabe's had a colorful history, but now he's calling the shots and is in charge of this agency.
I'm counting on you.
Listen up, rookie. We won't let you go running off half-cocked. You need to prove yourself around here. So get yourself an identity and get in the mix.
You start out as a basic field agent who has no authority and no power and no respect.
Each agent should be distinctive, so when you see them in the field, you know who they are. As you proceed through the missions and gain levels of clearance, you unlock access to more and more customizable features.
Now that you've made yourself all pretty, it's time to grab some hardware. The armory is packed with everything you'll need. But choose wisely because you can only carry 4 weapons at a time.
The agency has over 100 weapons in their arsenal. These weapons range from handguns, pistols, to machine guns, submachine guns.
Only being able to carry 4 weapons makes it a much more interesting experience to say, okay, well, I know that I need a shotgun, a sidearm, and a hand taser for this mission.
Now, we all know that you think you're a lone wolf, hotshot. That's why we recruited you. But to make it through this ordeal, you'll probably need to hook up online with up to 3 other agents and co-op your way through 17 levels.
In multiplayer mode, the agent chooses to play online using the broadband adapter. It is basically the same mission as the single-player mission with additional components that could be unlocked through cooperative moves.
In your mission, there might be C4 lying around that you just can't see. But with a team member, if you guys lift yourself up and get that C4, it opens up a whole new ball game. There's also bonuses on unlockable items that you can only get.
Although the downside is that now, how are you supposed to play like the online stuff? Yeah, no. I wonder. I imagine there's like mods and stuff that like enable this. You know, but it's an interesting idea. But again,
You gotta be hooked up with the latest
looking at it now, it's like, how do I access this?
There's a variety of systems that we have in place to be able to communicate with other agents that are in the mission with you. You'll bring in headset gear, which will allow you to communicate with other agents that also have brought in headset gear.
Be careful down here.
We actually have a quick chat that we actually put into the controller with the digital pad, where you can do really quick and customized messages to your teammates.
The new 3D maps will help the agents because on the map, they're able to select objectives, and then when they return to the game, the objective will be displayed on the compass.
You're going to need a compass and a map to orienteer your way through these missions. The world you'll operate in has become much more intense and complicated.
The gameplay enhancements are incredible. Everything that we've done, we've pushed to the next level.
One of the key things that we put together is being able to tie the character with the control. It's a much more fluid system, so you're able to react to the environment.
Hopefully all of your training will enable you to react correctly, because one false move has dire consequences.
The criminals are wily, they're everywhere.
You're dealing with the best in the world, unfortunately. These guys are well trained and lethal, and mistakes cannot be afforded on this mission.
If you want to survive and defeat these evildoers, heed these words of advice.
Learn the controls at hand and master the ability to use them. Target lock is your friend.
watch out for the enemies, watch their movements, know where your waypoints are, know how to cover.
Going from green to red will dramatically increase your ability to effectively deal with opponents.
Get as close as you can without, being seen, and take the stealthy approach whenever possible.
You have to really do some exploring. You have to really show some innovation. You have to be the.
Hey guys, I think I don't want to do this, but it is actually getting warm in this room. Like, no joke. It is actually getting pretty warm, which I guess even basements aren't immune to heat waves, but I don't know. I don't want to stop, but I'm feeling just exhausted all of a sudden, I don't know. This might be one of those cases where I might purposely divide this up into 2 parts just so that tomorrow I'll come back full rested and then we can continue on. I know that's kind of pathetic because it's only been an hour, but again, when you're exhausted, you just don't want to do this.
The agent that there is.
So, yeah, I'm afraid to say I think I am gonna go. As sorry as I am, but then again, like, it's not the worst. It's not the worst thing in the world, right? So, yeah, I will see you guys later. So